What's good, my people? How we doing? How we doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys hit the gym, staying hydrated, getting your nutrients in, all of that. Now, today's video is going to be about moving forward. I mean, all the videos on this channel are essentially about moving forward. But today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be hitting it from a different angle. So, how to move forward? The cleanest and most obvious way to move forward in life, from my perspective, is to first remove all of the bottlenecks in your life. So, for instance, if you are a sprinter and you are running in a race, you want to come first place, what's the first thing your sprinting coach will have you do? They will have you mitigate and remove all of the flaws in your technique, and you do that to improve your form and overall speed. Now, following that logic in your life, if you want to move forward as quickly as possible, it's not about doing more things, it's about perfecting what you are already doing today. The basics, the fundamentals. And once you master the fundamentals, you will move at a speed with which you thought would be impossible. Now, the first thing I'm going to be speaking about is obvious to some, but complex for many, and that is your sleeping pattern. Your sleeping pattern is extremely important. Your sleeping pattern essentially makes or breaks your day. Think about it. How many times have you woken up sleep deprived, tired, no energy, and you still have to trot on with the day? Imagine the output difference you would have put forth on that day if you had slept correctly. And this is why sleep is so important. Unfortunately, though, sleep is overlooked by many people. People think sleep is just about resting. Sleep isn't resting, sleep is active, my friend. Sleep actively changes and improves your body. It actively encodes data and memories into your brain. And without this encoding process, you cannot improve. You cannot move forward in life. For instance, if you're running a business, right, and say you're making 2 to 3K a month, but you want to expand it, you're looking at it, you're analyzing everything, and you can't see anything to improve. But if you sleep properly and your nervous system and brain are functioning at 100% capacity, then obviously you will see things that you wouldn't have been able to see if you hadn't been sleeping properly. See what I'm saying? That's the importance of sleep. For instance, if you were a chess master and you had not even a chess master, but if you played chess and you wanted to perform at your best, obviously you know that sleep is important for proper brain function. If you're in school and you have a test, obviously you're aware that sleep is important for proper brain function. However, we tend as a society to hyperfixate on the mundane. So what I mean by that is, for a test, we will make sure we get perfect sleep. For an important event, we will make sure we get perfect sleep. But then for every other day of the week, we just assume we're fine without it. That's not how it is. That's not how we progress, man. I'm telling you, sleep is the foundation. There are so many benefits to sleep, I could make a whole video on it. A whole video on it. Like, did you know that your hormonal profile is heavily affected by your sleeping pattern? If you're a man, testosterone production, human growth hormone, HGH, all of that is heavily dictated by your sleeping pattern. So if there's one takeaway from this video, and the main takeaway is, if you want to move forward as quickly as possible, you need to master sleep. Now, sleep is complex. It's not an easy skill to master, surprisingly. It's not as simple as lying down and sleeping. There is sleep efficiency with which you need to maximize if you want to sleep to your full potential. Of course, if you go to the gym, sleep will also improve your progress because hormones, HGH, testosterone, these are all produced by sleep. Cortisol is reduced by sleep. Neuromuscular changes in the brain and body are made by sleep. So, step number one in moving forward at maximum speed is mastery of sleep. Now, just to end the video, a few quick things you can do to master sleep. If you have insomnia, you can take sleep medication, not the what's it called? Herbal medication, of course. I wouldn't recommend jumping straight into the deep end of the most extreme supplements, the medical supplements. But yeah, herbal supplements you can take chamomile tea, you should be taking magnesium every day. Magnesium releases GABA in the body right before sleep, which helps you to sleep, of course. So magnesium for GABA. Chamomile tea is pretty good, but as it's a diuretic, you may notice you get dehydrated. So there are herbal sleep pills you can take, of course. There's a few brands in Boots. I take some on occasion if I'm having issues with sleeping. But overall, the most profound thing I will say in this video, the easiest way to fix your sleep pattern is to align your clock. And I don't mean your circadian rhythm, which is the time you sleep and wake up. I mean the internal clock. I think it's called the super something nucleus in your eyes and brain. So basically, how it works, I know I butchered the name, but it's about the message, right? So, how it works is when you wake up, as soon as you see morning sunlight for 5 to 10 minutes, 10 minutes, as soon as you see morning sunlight for 10 minutes, it activates something in your brain which tells your body we are at morning. And exactly 14 to 15 hours later, that's when your body will release a massive dose of melatonin. So over 20 years I've battled with sleep issues. The number one thing that I did which fixed them was that the 10 minutes of morning sunlight. I know it sounds like nonsense. It sounds like some random thing like, oh, just a bit of sunlight. It can't be that profound. I'm telling you, it's better than any sleep pills, any sleep medication, any lifestyle habit or routine. The number one thing, morning sunlight for 10 minutes. So the takeaway of this video, one, sleep is very important and it should be the basis of how you move forward and progress in life. And two, to get mastery over sleep, the foundational thing is to get the 10 minutes every morning of morning sunlight. And in 14 hours after that, you will feel sleepy. You'll be knocked out, my friend. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. And another one coming out next week. Nah, fuck that. Another one coming out tomorrow. I got you guys.